Hey lovers, good afternoon. Welcome to today's Cuppa with Katie show. It's a pleasure to be back with you, having just had 2 weeks holiday away on the beautiful Greek island of Kos. I've been to a few Greek islands. I had never been to Kos before and I loved it. It was so beautiful, and it's one of those islands because it's quite a big island. It's one of those that you need to kind of scoot about and discover there's so much landscape there, so many different types of beaches, so much to be explored. So as a family, we hired a moped and a quad bike. I had the quad bike because I needed the 4 wheels to feel safer. Although I'm not going to lie, going around corners, not so safe on a quad bike. I have to take it really slow. But it was perfect because we just went out exploring every day and discovered tons of different beaches and beautiful beach clubs, and we found amazing restaurants, and we met wonderful people, and just had a ball. I completely down tools. I was rarely on a screen. I completely switched off. I read 2.5 books and they were like nonfiction books. And I just escaped, and we hung out with the kids and with the 2 15-year-olds. It's a really important time to get that quality time and bond, because back home in the day-to-day, you don't get that much time together. Life's busy. They've got their friends, their social life. My son has a job now. They're like out living their lives already. So it was really precious to have quality time with them. And it was amazing. And I'm very glad to also be home with my dog and my cat, who we missed. And it's lovely to be back with you as well. So welcome. If you're here live, please do comment and say hello. I can see a few of you there, so say hi. And if you are watching this on the replay, please type #replay, and I like to keep track of who's watching. So today I have decided to talk about a topic which came up on a group coaching call inside my membership, which is called the Love Lounge. We had a call last night. And so those of you who are here, hi Ruth, good to have you. Hi, darling. Those of you who were on my Love Lounge coaching call last night, we covered this, but hey, because I'm going to speak about it ad lib again, I might say something different. So hang around. We might come up with a new awareness, or something just might land differently for you. So stay tuned. And obviously, if you're not in my Love Lounge membership, hi, Claudia. Mwah, good to have you, darling. If you're not in the membership and you want to be, there's a link to join. So come out, hang out with us. We have a lot of fun, and we are creating enormous transformation. It's a great space. And if you're not in the lounge, then you wouldn't have been on last night's call. So maybe today's topic will be right up your street. If you are over 40, I think it's absolutely definitely going to be up your street. There's something about the connection, because I'm going to talk about beauty today, ish, not maybe the way you expect me to. Good afternoon, Facebook user. Not sure who that is, but hello, darling. I want to talk today about beauty and aging, and essentially being in midlife, and how you relate to your own beauty as a result of being in midlife, getting older. This is a huge piece that comes up a lot with my single clients, who are waiting to, who are in that space of preparing themselves to receive their soulmate. How they feel about themselves, their appearance, their beauty, their connection to that absolutely comes up as a single woman. It did for me, and it does for them. And in fact, the work I guide women through, there's a module in one of my programs all about beauty, because it's an important piece, it's an important aspect to our huge piece, Claudia. Exactly. It's huge as a single woman. Oh, it's Karen. Hello, darling. It's a huge piece, and it's really important to own your beauty and own what beauty means to you. And I believe it's really important to tap into beauty as an inside job. Yeah, I mean, we're exposed to so much in terms of external beauty and what we can do to beautify ourselves, all the products. I was looking James's 15-year-old daughter who we're on holiday with. Oh my goodness, the beauty products that she traveled with. That she is the most beautiful girl inside and out. She just has this natural beauty. And she's actually very cleverly learned how to enhance her natural beauty in a way that doesn't look like she's putting that much effort in, actually, or using that many products. But by God, there's a lot of products in that suitcase on this holiday. I don't remember having access to that much product when I was a 15-year-old girl. In fact, when I was 15, I hadn't even remotely discovered makeup, maybe a bit of hairspray. That's really mousse. It was mousse, wasn't it, in the 80s and early 90s? I had lots of scrunchy mousse in my hair to, you used to scrunch it up to give it that curl. Yeah, we have access to a lot externally to enhance our beauty. My perspective is always, no matter what topic we're talking about, it's always going to be inside out perspective. It's always the inside job. In fact, even when I'm speaking with single women about how to call in your soulmate, it's never really about how to call in your soulmate. It's not about dating tips and tricks and gimmicks. It's all about the inside work. Who are you being? Where is your energy vibrating? How are you a vibrational match for what you're calling in or who you're calling in? Everything starts on the inside and is reflected out. And where we're at on the inside is what is reflected back to us as well. So, with regard to beauty, and we consider what's being reflected back to us, and we consider that everything in our experience is a mirror. If I don't believe I'm beautiful, what I see in the mirror, I'm not going to see as beautiful. When I know deep inside my own beauty and what is beautiful about me, beyond perhaps even what I look like, that's going to get reflected back to me when I look in the mirror. Interesting, isn't it? So, I want to talk about owning your beauty no matter what your age. So if you're not midlife and you're younger, yay. And this is going to be relevant to you too, because I remember when I used to do, believe it or not, catwalk bikini modeling in my 20s. Yes, I did. I was way more judgmental of myself then than I am now. It's crazy. I look back at pictures of myself when I look at them, I'm like, oh my goodness, you're practically perfect. You young and beautiful and got it all going on. And I can see that now, but at the time, I didn't see that. All I saw was my imperfection and my fault. And at that age, I did not own my beauty, and it absolutely was not an inside out job for me. So this subject came up last night from a woman in my community who's actually in a relationship. So this is obviously going to be relevant whether you're single or in a relationship. And she was noticing that as she is aging, she was feeling less beautiful. And there's a nervousness about, as we get older, there's going to be even less of a healthy relationship around beauty unless we get a handle on it. And so we were just discussing, what we got to discussing was, what does beauty even mean to you? Because where she was feeling disempowered was with regard to how she thought she should look based on what other people's opinions were. So there's certain things her partner had said to her that had her think that maybe she wasn't beautiful enough, that maybe he would be looking at younger women. And she was judging her beauty through his eyes, through his lens. And maybe she can't even really presume to fully know. But based on a couple of things he'd said, she made that mean something judgmental and self-sabotaging about her own beauty. And she was really struggling with that and suffering with that. And she was judging herself based on what she thought he saw of her, based on what she thought he wanted her to look at, based on what she thought the way that he viewed other women, the way he perceived beauty. She was judging herself through the lens of somebody else's perception around beauty, which we can never even really know anyway, right? Unless we get into a proper, open, honest, vulnerable conversation about it, which they'd not had. And she was also judging her beauty based on how she was currently approaching it and noticing women of her same age approaching it in different ways. Now, I have zero judgment on this. I don't believe there's any right or wrong. I have my own opinions for myself. I've made my own decisions. Whether they're right or wrong, I don't know. I've made my own decisions around my beauty. And for me, and as this woman last night was saying, the language we used was aging gracefully. I have many friends who love Botox, love it, swear by it. It's changed their life and they look freaking great. Okay. They look great. And currently, that's just not for me. For this woman, it wasn't for her either. And she didn't know if that was right or wrong. She was essentially looking for permission to age without help. She doesn't want to have Botox. And that's one of many things, right? There's all sorts of wonderful things we can do these days to help us look better. She didn't want to do that, but her friends are. And she was wondering, like, is that okay? Should I do what they're doing? Don't forget, there's an element of like keeping up. There's that competitive thing. Like if everybody else is doing it, they're going to look great. Therefore, I'm not going to look as good. I'm going to look even worse than I already perceive myself to. And so we go into this whole judgment, like comparison thing, again, based on identifying your beauty on external circumstances. So the external being other women and what they're doing and what beauty products they're using and how much makeup they wear and what clothing they have. And it goes on and on and on, and it's relentless. And she was feeling incredibly disempowered about this. And she didn't know how to own her choice around how she wanted to age. And this is a really important piece. And this is kind of where we got to. The question became, well, what does beauty actually mean to you? Because at the end of the day, if beauty is an inside job, if our perception of beauty, if a healthy perception of beauty lays within us, not in relation to other, not in comparison to others, not in kind of relationship to anything external, if it's an inside piece, what are you? What do I? But what is the individual woman? What do we believe about beauty? Like, do you even know? What does beauty mean to you? Do you even know? And that's where we have to begin the line of questioning. Do I know what it means to be beautiful? Do I know when I feel beautiful? I actually believe beauty is a feeling more than anything physical, right? It's so interesting how, and I have met, and I'm sure you have, I've met very conventionally beautiful, beautiful women, and I've got to know them. And if their character traits are like, if I wouldn't choose to be friends with them, let's just put it that way, I don't find them as beautiful anymore. It's like beauty it really does come from the heart and soul. And the more we can connect with our own heart and soul and really align with the truth of who we are, I believe that's where our beauty really shines out. It's less about the conventional, and it's less about whether we've got what wrinkles and whatnot. And don't get me wrong, before I went live, my camera was in a different position and I've got two screens and I caught myself on an angle, and there's something going on with the here these days. You can't see it on this angle, but it's there. I know it's there. Maybe you would never notice it. I notice it because I see myself up close and personal every day. I don't love it. Does it make me not beautiful? No. If I can own it and own myself fully, and also spend more time connecting with Katie on the inside, what is reflected, what comes out, what I see reflected back to me in my mirror is very different. And so, and by the way, as I'm chatting about this, I'd love to hear, are you resonating with any of this? What's your feelings about this? Do you know what beauty means to you? I was starting to say, like beauty for me is a feeling more so than an appearance thing. Like, do I feel beautiful? And I can make choices in my life around that. I could even, like, the clothing I choose to wear, does it make me feel beautiful or not? Does the feeling of it against my skin make me feel beautiful or not? Does the color have me feel like I'm coming alive or not? What else makes me feel beautiful? This is the line of questioning we have to do for ourselves. What makes you feel beautiful? I mean, for me, I definitely feel beautiful having a manicure. I get that's an external piece, and I feel beautiful to do that. What I eat, my choices around what I put into my body makes me feel beautiful. I'm going to the gym this afternoon to do some resistance training. When I'm in the gym and I'm feeling strong and I'm working my body, it makes me feel beautiful. It's like that inner strength that comes through. That for me, it's a very personal thing. That makes me feel beautiful. Walking on the beach with the sun kissing my cheeks makes me feel beautiful. How do you feel beautiful? What makes you feel beautiful? And could you dare to connect in with that for yourself? Could you align with that for you? And a really nice line of questioning as well, also quite a confronting line of questioning, is to check out, like, what was modeled to you around beauty when you were growing up? What did the women in your life model to you about beauty? What did the men in your life, in your world, model to you about beauty? And what beliefs and perhaps behavioral habits did you pick up that are conditioned around beauty? And what of that is supporting you and loving you right now? And what of those beliefs and behaviors are sabotaging you right now? And what might you choose instead? Notice your beliefs about beauty. Notice your beliefs about your own beauty, about other people's beauty, and what feels really true and aligned for you now. Because if there's any beliefs there that are sabotaging you, you get to change those up. And you can create affirmations to support the new beliefs that you're working and developing. You have to choose your beauty. And for this client last night, one of her pieces was, should I get Botox because all my friends are? It was really supporting her and helping her to come into alignment with her truth. And right now, today, she doesn't want to do that. And so it's about her really owning that for herself, owning her own beauty, owning her own choices. And a really great way to step into your power around that is to surround yourself with people who are in alignment with your choices as well. So it might just be, and I do this, it might just be there's certain books that you might be reading about beauty. I've got one on my bookshelf up there. I read a long time ago. I think I bought it when I turned 40, actually. It's by Cameron Diaz, the longevity book. I learned so much about aging and just the natural path of it through reading that book. And there's all sorts. I mean, we're so blessed now, aren't we? There's so much you can read. So choose authors, choose content to read that supports the direction you desire to take with regard to your own health, well-being, beauty, vitality. Get supported, learn from the experts if you don't know how. If you want to age gracefully and don't know how, find the experts. Follow them on Instagram. Follow them on Facebook. Follow them on YouTube. Read their books. They exist. Get supported. If this is an important piece for you, if beauty feels important to you, if it feels like at midlife in particular, you're not in your power around it and you desire to feel in your power, choose to take your power back, get resourced, find the experts and follow them. Learn from them, discover all the tips and tricks. There's a lady I'm following on Instagram at the moment who I love, and I'm just going to double check that I'm saying her name correctly. Look, it's come up straight away. Oh, now it's disappeared. I'm sure it's Lauren Loxborough. Let me just hold on one sec. I recommend you follow her as well. I love what she's putting out. Hold on a minute. I can't find it now, can I? There we go. LOROXBURGH. Lauren Roxburgh. She's the body whisperer. And I just love what she's putting out. She's a fascia thought leader and educator. And I just think her content is absolutely brilliant. I find it really inspiring. She's over 40. She's super fit and healthy in all the ways that I desire to feel fit and healthy. So I follow her. It inspires me. It keeps me on track. It reminds me of a natural style of beauty that I really relate to and align with. So I follow her. Find your role models. That's really, really key. You've got to have your role models. Surround yourself with them. Follow them. It's really important. Oh, Claudia said a comment. Hold on, let me check. What you're saying definitely resonates because I want to connect more to the inner part so that I'm less judging of myself. Yes, darling, exactly that. So yeah, beauty is, it's an ownership piece. That's for sure. It's an ownership piece. And just noticing how you're giving your power away around that and what you need to do to own your own beliefs around that rather than taking on the conditioning and programming of other people and society around you. And what was the final thing I wanted to say? Oh yeah, one of the tips I suggested to this client last night is something I have done. I used to have a real fear of aging, like a proper fear of aging. It wasn't as much linked actually to how I looked, although that was part of it. It was more around my finances actually. And I was once upon a time scared to get old because I had this belief that I was going to get old, have no money, be put in a nursing home and forgotten about. That's really dismal, isn't it? For some reason, I had that belief going, and it was creating quite a lot of stress and pressure behind the scenes in my business because I was operating from a place of fear of not wanting to end up that old lady. And I had to check that out. And so I did, and I did some work around this. This is quite a few years ago. And I actually created myself, and I wish I had it to show you. I meant to dig it out and I forgot. I created a vision board around my aging, and I got into my power and I chose how I desire to age from all angles, from financial, from my contribution to society, from how I wanted to look, how I wanted to dress, where I wanted to live in the world, who I was spending time with. I decided how I desired to age, and I created a vision board specifically around that. That's really fun with vision boarding. You can make them really super specific. I've got vision boards for the travel I want to do. I've got vision boards for my business. I had a vision board when I was single for the kind of relationship I wanted to call in. You can create a vision board about anything, and it's a very powerful tool to step into your power. And of course, you can add to vision boards affirmations and so on to support the new belief systems that you're strengthening so that you are moving in the direction you want to go. Because remember, what we believe about ourselves is what we're creating. So when it comes to beauty, what you're telling yourself about your appearance and what you're telling yourself about beauty and what you're telling yourself men want from you or women are thinking about you, like it goes deep, this stuff. And there's a lot that's running unconsciously behind the scenes. And that's what we're creating for our future. So we need to do that inner work and take that self-responsibility and notice where we're sabotaging ourselves and support ourselves with, for example, affirmations, and throw those in as part of your vision board experience. When I created my vision board for aging, it was totally game changing. I'm not scared about retirement anymore, right? I'm not scared about it. And I also have a vision of the kind of 80, 90-year-old woman I'm going to be, because I've got pictures of 80-year-old women on my vision board with beautiful, like silver white hair, doing yoga, living on the beach, hand in hand with the husband, working on a laptop. Like, that's who I'm becoming. I didn't know that until I knew that. All I ever saw was lonely Katie on her own in a nursing home with no money. I chose something different, and that's what I'm moving towards. And by the way, the house I live in with my husband when I'm 80 is on the beach and there's pelicans. So yeah, I'm excited about that. And I get excited about aging now because there's so much available to us to age in a way that has us feel strong and powerful and connected to ourselves. And we live in this beautiful age where we have access to teachings and experts that help us find our beauty from the inside out. And that is lifelong lasting, by the way. And when you are deeply connected to your own unique beauty from the inside out, that is a very attractive, magnetic place to be. And if you're a single woman, the person that you desire to be with is going to be really attracted to that. And that person will mirror it back to you too. And if you're in a relationship, same goes. Same goes. So, my darlings, I hope that something I've said or shared today will have you feel a little more empowered around your own beauty and a little more able to own your beauty no matter what your age. Yeah. So I'm sending you tons and tons of love. Like I said earlier, if you're watching this on replay, please do type #replay. If you've got any questions for me, pop them in here. Or if you want me to answer one of your questions on a future Cuppa with Katie, just email us at support@theschoolofself.love. It'll come up down the bottom in just a second. And if you aren't already in my membership, the Love Lounge, you're so welcome to come join us. We'd love to have you there. And the link for that is above or below this video. Okay. Love you tons. Great, Claudia. I'm glad you got lots from that too. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and I'll see you next week. Ciao.